بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, sisters and brothers, and especially you, dear reciters, welcome to the Art of Recitation of the Holy Quran from Safir TV. As every Monday, Alhamdulillah, we are live from 7:30 till 8:30. And as you know, our program is divided in two parts. The first part is the recitation of one page of the Holy Quran in the method of tarteel, the way of tarteel, which is in the medium speed. And after the tarteel recitation, we have one specific part of the teaching, one rule of the recitation. And of course, tonight definitely we'll continue the slides we had as last week. It was about the points of articulation of letters. And in the second part of our program, we have two guest reciter. The guest reciter of tonight will join us in the studio is brother Zulfiqar Haider, and the guest caller reciter is one sister Betool Saed, Sama, and she inshallah will call us, and inshallah will hear from her as well. So stay with us, and meanwhile, if you have any question or if you want to recite some part of the Holy Quran, so you can call in the second part of our program, or when I am in the stage of the teaching lesson, so you can call in and inshallah you can recite or you can ask any question, and inshallah I will be at your service. So tonight we carry on the recitation of the Holy Quran as we started from Surah Al-Fatiha Kitab and then Surah Al-Baqarah, and now we are in the page number 6. The reason we say page number 6, of course, we follow the Quran with the font of Uthman Taha, which is Uthmani, calligraphy of Uthmani. So that is the best font of the Holy Quran. Usually we use in the competition of the Holy Quran, and the base reason is because each ayah ends. Each page ends with an ayah. So the ayah I'm going to recite here, the verses are verse number 30 till 37 of Surah Al-Baqarah, page number 6. Please open your Quran, and I'm going to recite these verses with the method or speed of tarteel. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ قال ربك للملائكة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة فقال أنبئوني بأسماء هؤلاء إن كنتم صادقين قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم فلما أنبأهم بأسمائهم قال ألم أقل لكم إني أعلم غيب السماوات والأرض قال ألم أقل لكم إني أعلم غيب السماوات والأرض وأعلم ما تبدون وما كنتم تكتمون وإذ قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا لآدم فسجدوا إلا إبليس أبى واستكبر وكان من الكافرين وقلنا يا آدم اسكن أنت وزوجك الجنة وكلا منها رغدا حيث شئتما ولا تقربا هذه الشجرة فتكونا من الظالمين وقلنا يا آدم اسكن أنت وزوجك الجنة وكلا منها رغدا حيث شئتما ولا تقربا هذه الشجرة فتكونا من الظالمين فأزلهما الشيطان عنها فأخرجهما مما كانا فيه وقلنا اهبطوا بعضكم لبعض عدو ولكم في الأرض مستقر ومتاع إلى حين فتلقى آدم من ربه كلمات فتاب عليه إنه هو التواب الرحيم صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرج محمد وآل محمد. Thank you very much, dear viewers. So page number 6, ayah number 30 till 37. So I was reciting. I wanted to focus on the meaning as well. So the recitation, the melodies, all I wanted to match with the meaning, and may inshallah you enjoyed it. So at this stage we're focusing on the slides we have for the teaching part, but of course it's very important in the verses are recited to focus on the mudud, we call it the elongations. So we have specifically two type of elongations we have here. One of them is connected and another one is separated. So we call it muttasil and munfasil. Two type of melodies, two type of mad or elongations we have. So we have to focus, and we should always have to keep the specific counts for each of them. Good. So the slides we mentioned specifically regarding to the points of articulation of letters, and we reached specifically until the part which is the widest part, it is tongue, and specifically we're on the teeth, which I mentioned. We have to take care of our teeth while recitation because we need them, specifically molars, incisors, all of them, canine, all of them we need for the pronunciation of letters. So a good reciter should have good teeth. So you know the numbers of the teeth and of course the name of them. For example, for the incisors we use for the letters, letter tha, dhal, and letter dha, we need them. So we have to know the terminologies we use for each of them, and as well the location of each teeth. Inshallah, you have to focus. Specifically for letter dad, we use them. So in the second part, we go to the letter dad. This slide is about letter dad. How do we pronounce letter dad? So we have some examples as well. So letter dad is the most difficult letter in the Arabic language, and specifically in the recitation of the Holy Quran. As you see here, the letter dad is produced by touching the left side of the tongue with the left upper molars. Left upper molars. Of course, we can use from the right upper molars, but it is better to use the left upper molar. The pronunciation of dad will be easier. So we have examples, as you see, the word dalal, dalla, dal, and daraba. Daraba. It is similar to letter dal when dal is heavy, but as I mentioned last session, we have to know the qualities of this letter, the basic qualities and the secondary qualities. Specifically, the 5 main qualities which each letter has, we should apply for letter dad, and as well the secondary quality which this letter has, which is called istitala, is spreading of the voice from the point of articulation of letter dad till letter lam. So we have to follow that as well. We had some examples of letter dad in this page, page number 6, as for example we had in ayah number 31, ثم عرضهم, and as well we had in ayah number 33, إني أعلم غيب السماوات والأرض. There are some examples of letter dad as well. In ayah number 36 we have وَلَكُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ أرض. We have to pay attention. The common mistake for letter dad is just because many reciters, instead of applying the quality of rakhawa, which is flowing or fluence of voice in the points of articulation, unfortunately we apply the opposite quality, which is the quality of shidda, which is the quality of trapping of the voice in the point of articulation. So that's not proper. So letter dad, let me show you exactly. If we consider our hand like the our tongue, so we use the 1/3 in the back of our tongue, specifically this spot. We connect this spot with the left upper molars, but at the same time we have to let the voice flow while pronunciation. So the common mistake is like this: ard, ard, ad, ad. That's not proper because it has the quality of shidda right now when we pronounce. But with the quality of rakhawa, we have to say ad, 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 ad. The sound or the voice flows. That is the important part for the letter dad. Letter dad is pronounced from the side of our tongue. So next letter for this, the side of our tongue, would be letter lam. So you will see for the letter lam, we use the front part of the exactly 1/3 in the front part of our tongue for the pronunciation of this letter. That is the reason we have a specific lesson for the letter lam, which is exactly, sometimes lam has the quality of heaviness and sometimes the quality of softness or lowering, specifically in the letter lam when it is in the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it has the quality of taghlid. So it depends on the letter, on the last letter of the previous word, which sign it has. If it is fatha and dhamma, so we pronounce lam with the quality of heaviness. So lam and ra, they have this capability to have two different qualities, but depends on the it's in the rules of these letters. So letter lam, as you see, we use from the front side. You can use right or left side by touching the nearest part of the sides of the tongue, nearest to the mouth, and the end of its tip with the upper gum and the opposite side. You want to see al. If even you use the tip of your tongue, of course it is usually we use the tip of our tongue, but of course we can use even the 1/3 of our tongue. If I say it with a tip, would be al. When I say it with the tip, definitely it is with the quality of lowering. Al. When I say al will be specifically for the quality of heaviness. So when we use 1/3 in the front, definitely it would be the quality of heaviness. So that is for letter lam. Lam is exactly we use from the side of our tongue, but here from front side of our tongue, letter lam. Then we go for the letter noon. Noon is upper than letter lam. For the letter noon, which is a compound of two things, two qualities. So tip of the tongue touching the gum or the root of the two top front teeth. We use the incisor. So when we see an, so the tip of our tongue, just exactly when we see al, upper than the point of articulation of letter lam, we use for noon. When we say an, we use the tip of our tongue. But at the same time, so we have two things. The tip of our tongue connects that part, the upper gum, but at the same time, the sound or the voice comes out from our nose, our nasal passage. When we say an, when you pronounce letter noon, so the tip of our tongue is exactly on the upper gum. But the main part for letter noon and mim is because they have secondary quality, which is the quality of ghunna, nasal sound, which comes from our nasal passage. So that is for letter noon. And then we go for letter ra. So letter lam, noon, ra, these three letters, we call them dhawlaqi letters. Dhalaq is the tip of our tongue, so dhawlaqi letters. Letter ra, tip of the tongue touching the hard palate near the gums of the front two teeth, the hard palate. We say ar. It's not like British or English ra we are pronouncing. So because in the British or American ra, we don't use too much the vibration as we call one specific quality for letter ra, that is takrir. We don't use in these two accent, but we have to follow these specific rule for letter ra. Ra is pronounced from the tip of our tongue with the upper gum. It is upper than letter noon. It is the gum is hard. When you see ar, you use the tip of your tongue, but it is just vibrating the upper gum for letter ra. Ra is as well like letter lam with two different rules, the rule of tafkhim and the rule of tarqiq. Inshallah, we will definitely will teach you these two rules of letter ra. What is the quality of tafkhim, which is heaviness when you pronounce letter ra, like when you say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, ra is with the quality of heaviness. And sometimes when you say rijalun, or when you say fir'auna, you pronounce ra with the quality of tarqiq. So that is for letter ra. So ra we pronounce from the tip of our tongue with the hard palate, specifically upper than the point of articulation of letter Nun. And then we go to the next part of our articulation areas, the tongue, letter Ta, Dal, and Ta. These three letters they called nit'i letters. Nit'i letters. Top of the tongue, head of the tongue, touches the gum line, which is written the root of the top two teeth. What is that exactly? If we consider our nails like the teeth and this part as the gum, exactly the head of our tongue connects the border of your gum and upper incisor. So the head of our tongue connects or touches the border between the upper gum and upper incisor. When you say, for example, letter Ta, we say at, at. The head of your tongue is exactly on that space. At. When you say Ta, at. And when you say Dal, ad. So you feel the head of your tongue, which is exactly this part, not tip. The head is totally different from the tip. Tip is just exactly on the sharpest part of our tongue. But the head is specifically, when we consider our tongue, is exactly this area. So this area connects with the border between the upper gum and upper incisors. When we say at, ad, at, these three letters, they are from the same point of articulation. They are called nit'i letters. But lam, nun, ra, they are from the same area, but they're not from the same point of articulation. We call lam, nun, ra, dawlaqi letters, but three different point of articulation. But letter ta, dal, and ta, they're called from the same point of articulation, but they have different qualities. Even we have merging for these three letters, we call them idgham mutajanisain, from the same point of articulation. Letter, the next part is letter Dha, Dhal, and Tha. Head of the tongue touches the edges of the top two teeth. Exactly that part, the head. But for better learning, of course, we have another thing which is very important to know for these three letters. We call them al-lathawi or lathawi letters. So another way is exactly when you put the head of your tongue between upper incisor and lower incisor while pronunciation. When we say, for example, ath, al, you see, the head of my tongue is exactly between the upper incisor and lower incisor. When I say when I letter Dha, when I say for letter Dhal, and for letter Tha, as you see, the head of my tongue is exactly between upper incisor and lower incisor. So that is the pronunciation of Lathawi letters. We have three: letter Dha, letter Dhal, and letter Tha. These are Lathawi letters from the same point of articulation. From one point of articulation, three letters, but different qualities. The last one for tonight, of course, we have something which is very important in the recitation of the Holy Quran, as I mentioned. It is the nose and the lips. These two parts are very important, specifically the nose. So it is one articulation point, one sound, but we have two letters for our nose. And the lips, we have 2 points of articulation, but 4 letters. So nose, we have one articulation point, one sound, but 2 letters. The letters of nose is not exactly nose. Nose is not just their main point of articulation. It is a secondary quality for letter Nun and Mim. Because you know, the point of articulation of letter Nun is the tip of our tongue with the our gum, upper gum. And as well for Mim, inshallah, later on you will learn letter Mim is for our 2 lips. It's not from our nose. But without the nasal sound, without the ghunna, letter mim is not mim. And without the ghunna or nasal sound, letter nun is not nun. It is like when you have a cold, your nun and mim is not proper nun and mim. That's the reason you as a reciter, as a good reciter, always you have to keep your health, always take care of yourself. Specifically, if you have cold, you can't recite well. And if you have cold, definitely your vocal cords, if you recite, definitely you will damage them. So nose, it is the last part which we mentioned regarding to the nose, is not the point of articulation. You will see in the ghunna section or the nose section. So nose or ghunna quality is not a separate point of articulation. It is just a secondary quality for letter nun and mim. So when we say ghunna, as you see here, we call it for nun and mim. Ghunna is a characteristic or quality of mim and nun letters. So it is not point of articulation. So ghunna is not a letter, it's a quality. It is a secondary quality. So ghunna sound is more prevalent, strong when mim and nun have a shadda or on them. So definitely when we have nun and mim with the shadda, so we have more than enough. We have 2 counts of ghunna. And as well, ghunna is applied when we have ikhfa, when we have idgham ma'al ghunna, and when we have ikhfa of letter mim. So ghunna is applied for this series of rules. So we just have some slides, inshallah, and we will continue with the slides for next week. We will focus on ghunna and lips, inshallah, next week. So we are due for a break, dear viewers, and after break we'll have our guest reciter, brother Zulfiqar Haider, and as well we'll listen to the recitation of him, and as well to the guest caller, Sister Betool Saedi, Sama. Please stay with us. We'll see you after a short break. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers, sisters and brothers, and especially you, dear reciters. Welcome back to the Art of Recitation of the Holy Quran. We are in the second part of our program, and really delighted to have one of the good reciters of the UK, brother Zulfiqar Haider. We take this opportunity to say salam to him and welcome him to our program, the Art of Recitation of the Holy Quran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our program, brother Zulfiqar Haider.
Thank you very much.
Without any delay, I give you this possibility, this time to introduce yourself to our dear viewers. Introduce yourself and explain a little bit about yourself, and then inshallah give us with your nice recitation, brighten our program, inshallah. Good.
Thank you very much for your kind words.
You're welcome.
My name is Zulfiqar Haider, and I am one of the students of Ustad Saed Massoumi.
You're
and
Ustad yourself.
Because of his guidance and some other teachers in London, I've managed to recite at a level that Ustad Massoumi is now saying I'm good, but I think we always learn. So today I will be reciting from Surah Al-Baqarah, inshallah.
Which ayah do you want to recite for us?
So I will be reciting from ayah number 30.
Number 30.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, dear viewers, please open your Quran. And of course, I recited those verses as well, yes? You're reciting those verses. Very good, good. So I recited in tarteel, and definitely brother Zulfiqar Haider is going to recite for you in tahqiq. It is page number 6, ayah number 30. Please open your Quran and listen to the recitation of brother Zulfiqar Haider. And remember that we have our sister, inshallah, Sister Sama, Sister Betool Saed. Inshallah, she will join us as well. So we listen to the recitation of Brother Zulfiqar Haider, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
يا رحمن يا رحيم.
هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء فسواهن سبع سماوات
الله الله الله.
وهو بكل شيء عليم.
الله.
وإذ قال ربك للملائكة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة
الله.
قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون.
الله 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 الله.
وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة فقال أنبئوني.
الله الله الله. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله.
فقال أنبئوني بأسماء هؤلاء إن كنتم صادقين.
الله الله الله. جميل جميل. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله.
قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا.
الله الله الله.
إنك أنت العليم الحكيم.
الله الله الله.
قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم.
الله.
فلما أنبأهم بأسمائهم قال ألم أقل لكم إني أعلم غيب السماوات
شاء الله. أحسنتم.
وإذ قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا لآدم فسجدوا إلا إبليس
الله الله الله.
فسجدوا إلا إبليس أبى واستكبر وكان من الكافرين.
الله.
وقلنا يا آدم اسكن أنت وزوجك الجنة وكلا منها رغدا حيث شئتما.
الله الله.
وكلا منها رغدا حيث شئتما ولا تقربا هذه الشجرة فتكونا من الظالمين.
الله الله الله.
فأزلهما الشيطان عنها فأخرجهما مما كانا فيه.
الله الله الله.
وقلنا اهبطوا بعضكم لبعض عدو
الله.
ولكم في الأرض مستقر ومتاع إلى حين.
الله الله الله.
فتلقى آدم من ربه كلمات فتاب عليه إنه هو التواب الرحيم. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. أحسنتم ما شاء الله. Brother Zulfiqar Haider, very nice recitation and of course very good verses. All the verses of the Holy Quran are good, but some verses are really, we call it mawquf al-ma'ani, like we have in poetry. Very good, mashallah. Thank you very much. Brother Zulfiqar Haider, explain about yourself more. When did you first start the recitation of the Holy Quran?
In terms of voice and tune, about 7 years ago, but tajweed I've been learning since I was 8.
8 years old. Do you remember where you were exactly at that time and who was your first teacher?
Yes, so I was in Pakistan, a city called Quetta.
Quetta.
And my first teacher was Qari Naveed.
Qari Naveed.
Yeah.
We say salam to him if he's alive.
Yeah.
And
May
if
Allah
he
bless
is
him.
watching the TV. So he was your first teacher.
Yes, he was.
And then around 7 years ago, you started the voice and tune.
Yeah.
And of course, from your recitation, it's really obvious which reciter do you follow. Who is your favorite reciter?
It is Marhum Ustad Sheikh Muhammad Sadiq al-Minshawi.
Muhammad Sadiq al-Minshawi, mashallah, Allah yarhamhum. Good. So the other reciters, like Egyptians or other countries, except Sheikh Minshawi, Muhammad Sadiq Minshawi, if, for example, we consider Muhammad Sadiq Minshawi was not available, which reciter you would follow?
I think I would follow Sheikh Mustafa Ismail.
Mustafa Ismail, definitely, definitely. Good. What do you do, if you don't mind we ask you? What do you study? Which university?
So I've finished my master's. I did business with computer science.
MashaAllah, very good. Business with computer science, very good. So explain about the way you are practicing the recitation of the Holy Quran in your daily basis or weekly basis. How do you practice?
I think on the weekly basis, as I've learned from yourself and from my other teachers, Ustad Rahimi and Ustad Abu Fatima, that it is very important to attend a jalasa, as we say, or a lesson that is conducted in the presence of Ustad. So I, as you know, attend your jalasa on Wednesdays for voice and tune, and I also go on Fridays to Ustad Abu Fatima. So that is the weekly practice, which is very important for me because it's an opportunity to improve every week. Other than that, on a daily basis, I try to listen to Ustad Sheikh Minshawi for at least 1 hour.
MashaAllah.
And practice.
Daily basis?
Yes.
MashaAllah.
I make sure
you
I
see,
do that.
dear viewers, daily basis, brother Zulfiqar Haider is listening 1 hour to Ustad Sheikh Muhammad Siddiq Minshawi. Very good, very good. And then?
And then recitation is important as well. So the first step is to do taqleed and recite as the Qari is reciting.
MashaAllah.
And obviously with guidance to understand the different maqamat that he's following.
Very good, very good. So we have many questions from you, brother Zulfiqar Haider. So we have with us right now our guest caller, Sister Betool Saedi. We say salam to her. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sister Betool Saedi, if I am not mistaken regarding to your last name, Sama, could you introduce yourself to our dear viewers completely, if you don't mind?
Yes, my name is Betool Al-Saedi. I'm from Iraq. A university graduate in Iraq of chemistry. And when I left Iraq to Syria in 1994 and stayed in Syria for 2 years and studied the housing in Syria and learned the rules of tajweed from teacher Mustafa al-Baghdadi and teacher Zahra al-Kufi. I have all the respect and affection for them. Here in London, I took lesson by the teacher Jassam Lamia Hassan in the Islamic Center of England.
MashaAllah.
And the teacher, they are the ones who influenced me. I was a student and I taught the Quran, and I was the head teacher of Betool Huda for girls in Syria, a religious school that run every week on Fridays.
MashaAllah.
Yes.
Good, good, MashaAllah. Complete introduction. Very good, Sister Sama. MashaAllah.
That's very short to my life.
No, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. We don't ask ladies their age. Okay, we don't ask you your age. So
my age.
If you don't mind, it's up to you,
no,
sister.
I don't mind. I don't mind. 47.
MashaAllah, very good. So in this 47 years old, MashaAllah, you have many experiences. Sister Sama, Sister Betool Al-Saedi, do you teach anywhere? What do you do actually? I mean, what is your profession?
My professional in school, I teach in Syria, and I teach in Denmark.
Ah, you taught in Denmark and in Syria, MashaAllah.
Yeah, yeah. And my professional is the School of the Rules of Tajweed 1 and Tajweed 2.
Here in London.
Yeah, in London.
So you live right now in London, yes?
Yes.
Good. So you're
In
not
Arabic language, and I teach the lesson for Tafkik.
MashaAllah, very good. So
for students unable to read correctly.
good, MashaAllah. So
the group contains students from Iraq and other Arab countries, also Arabian countries, via WhatsApp, to teach them the right way to read the Quran.
okay, Sister Betool Al-Saadi, if you don't mind, could you recite some verses? If you don't mind, it's up to you. We asked you, actually wanted to have you introduce you to our community, to our dear viewers. But at the same time, if you don't mind, could you recite some verses of the Holy Quran?
Yes.
You can recite as normal.
I recite Surat Al-Isra.
Could you say the page number?
282.
282. Page number 282, dear viewers, you can open. Sister Sama is going to recite for us Surah Al-Isra, page 282.
I know the melody, and, but I recite normal.
Okay, you know the melodies, alhamdulillah, very good.
Because
inshallah, we'll ask you some questions about melodies as well, okay? Good.
Okay.
Go ahead, some verses you recite for us, thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير.
ما شاء الله.
وآتينا موسى الكتاب وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل ألا تتخذوا من دوني وكيلا.
ما شاء الله.
ذرية من حملنا مع نوح.
ما شاء الله.
إنه كان عبدا شكورا.
ما شاء الله.
وقضينا إلى بني إسرائيل في الكتاب لتفسدن في الأرض مرتين ولتعلن علوا كبيرا.
أحسنتم Sister Sama, أحسنتم. MashaAllah, very good, very nice recitation. Perfect tajweed. Of course, it depends on you because you didn't recite with melodies. How did you learn melodies, Sister Sama, if you don't mind?
It is the dream of my life.
To learn the melodies.
To perfect the melodies.
MashaAllah.
And become, look the reader, Sheikh Abdul Basit Abdul Samad.
MashaAllah.
That good preferred the great thanks
MashaAllah.
to the Islamic Center and to Mr. Mujtaba Muqaddas, head teacher of the education, the creative and the brilliant teacher, Saed Jalal Massoumi, who is my soon will finish 8 maqamat, inshallah. Allahu Akbar.
Thank you very much, sister. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sister Sama. Do you remember when you first started the recitation of the Holy Quran, how old you were at that time?
Yes. When I was a child.
Yes.
I was 9 years old.
MashaAllah.
We had a lesson in a religion, Quran. At the time, it was my turn to read the Quran with Saed. The teacher was called Miss Kanima. She was blind.
MashaAllah.
She was embarrassed by my reading. She was she was impressed by my reading. She said to me, "You will read in the celebration of the birth of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Surah Taha. I remember the Surah Taha. My older sister read the Quran and had a beautiful voice.
MashaAllah.
And imitated the reader Abdul Basit and Al Manshawi. And in time there is no education and no courses in the Quran. This was in the time of the former system. Our home was a school of the Quran.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Very good.
So I asked my sister to read with her and train more and more. Since that time, I felt spiritually related reading Quran.
Very good, Sister Salma. Because of the shortage of time, we have to stop your nice explanation about your story.
Thank you.
The last question I have to ask you: what is your recommendation for our ladies, specifically our ladies and especially even gentlemen? They're watching our live. What is your recommendation for reciters, specifically ladies?
It's my intention for every girl and all women to learn the Quran, because it's considered in the afterlife, as well as young people, when they get married, they protect their family by reading the Quran. And women advise them to learn the Quran, because when her child comes and asks her to attend to her duty, to read recommend them to adhere to the Quran.
Thank you very much, Sister Salma. It was very nice conversation with you, and inshallah definitely we'll have you inshallah in any other programs. Thank you very much, and it was very nice experience being with you. Thank you very much, brother Zulfiqar Haider. We have just about 1 minute. The time is flying. Okay, what is your recommendation for our dear viewers, specifically the reciters in your age?
In my age?
Yes, in your age. I don't ask your age, okay?
I think it's good to start by listening. If it's a beginner, by listening to a qari that reads with the meaning. So all the Egyptian qurra of the past, especially Minshawi, Sheikh al-Minshawi, Sheikh Abdul Basit, and Mustafa Ismail, they read with the meaning. So their voice, they change their voice according to the meaning of the text.
Definitely.
So when you're listening, I would recommend to if Arabic is your first language, great. But if it's not, have the translation with you and listen to what the qari is doing. And
I'm so sorry to stop you.
Yeah,
very nice conversation. Definitely will invite you. We have a gift on behalf of Safi TV and the Art of Recitation of the Holy Quran, our program, the carpet of the Holy Shrine of Imam Ali Salam. We give this to you, brother Zulfiqar Haider. And thank you very much to accept our invitation to come to our program. I wish you all the best for you. Thank you very much, dear viewers, and thank you very much, dear reciters. Maybe you will be our next guest reciter or guest caller. I wish you all the best for you. Thank you very much, and iltimas dua.